A lot of times you'll want to be able to use the make up your own number strategy in combination with another one. So this is a perfect example of that. So they say that David is D years old, and in D over 5 years, Marco will be twice as old as David is now. What is Marco's age in terms of D? So this was something that I decided I was going to do make up your own numbers because of the fact that all of my answers were variable expressions. But you can see over here to the right that I'm kind of doing it sort of in an organized list as well, where I ended up picking D to be 15, and I picked a number that I knew was easily divisible by 5, so that when I did the second half of my chart, I knew that that would be an integer, and I just thought that that would be easier to work with. So I have one column labeled now, and then since I have D over 5 would be 15 over 5, I'm going to have one column that'll be 3 years from now. Again, working with an easy integer. So right now David's 15 years old, and it says that here in this case in 3 years, Marco will be twice as old as David is now. So I'm going to go in and write that in 3 years from now, that Marco is going to be 30, because that's twice how old David is now. Okay, so that I can go in and in 3 years, David's going to be 18 years old. Okay, and now Marco would have to be 27. Okay, so what they want to know is, what is Marco right now in terms of day? Well, Marco's 27, so that's what we're going to look for if we're picking D to be 15. Okay, so I go over to my options, and I can go ahead and calculate that. So 11 times 15 over 5, that's going to be 33. That's not going to be equal to 27, so the answer can't be A. But then when I do 9 times 15 over 5, that is equal to 27. So I'm going to put a dot, just to make sure I don't get another one that would work. 4 times 15 over 5 is going to be 12, so that's not the answer. 7 times 15 over 10, that's not even an integer, so that's definitely not the answer. And likewise, 3 times 15 over 10, that's not going to be an integer either. So it turns out, again, when I did all of my options, only one was left standing, so therefore that one has to be the answer. Again, just to remind you, if you do get a situation where more than one of your answers does work out, don't panic. Cross out all the ones that failed the first time, and then just redo another example, which again, it's pretty easy to do. And then just go ahead and only test in the ones that worked the first time. And like I said, you want to just keep going until you have one left standing. And that one in this case is going to be option B.